Managing your money can actually be really easy. The problem is no one really teaches us how to do it, and there's a lot of bad advice out there. That's why I came up with a simple personal finance formula to help you feel more confident about money and finally take control of your finances. When I was growing up in the USSR, I didn't have to think about money. The government took care of everyone. Then when I came to the United States, it was a shock. I had to figure out this world of money all on my own. I ended up getting an MBA and I worked as a financial analyst. I am sharing what I'm learning in the hopes that it will make your life easier. This video has 3 parts, mirroring the 3-part formula that I have, basically dealing with earning, spending, saving. But also crucially, I will talk about the mental blocks, the emotional blocks that a lot of us have with respect to money that stop us from tackling our finances. And hopefully I'll give you some simple steps to turn this monster into a tool to help you achieve the life that you want. The number 1 rule is simple: spend less than you earn. I know it sounds obvious, and also it's easier said than done, but it's fundamental. You just have to etch it in your brain. You cannot spend what you haven't earned. Do not carry debt. Just don't. The machine is soulless and it will eat you up and spit you out. The credit card companies don't care about you. They just want your money. That's how they're set up. That's just the way they operate. Don't carry debt. Just don't do it. The way to control that is tracking your spending. So number 1, you track your spending. Number 2, you get rid of your debt, starting with the highest interest debt. And then number 3, don't buy expensive. To track your spending, I know it's hard dealing with money. I am lazy. What I like to do is use free tools. I'm not gonna put money down so that I can save money. Free tools online that will connect to your bank account, and they will automatically record all of your expenses and money coming in and going out. You can categorize the expenses. I used to use Mint. That was great for that, but they have closed that down. I hear that the new one is Empower. That's free. That does all that. It will connect to you don't have to manually input. I can't do that. I refuse. Use Empower. The only thing that the drawback of Empower that people say is that you can't set more than 1 budget. But I don't do budgeting anyway. I just track my expenses. Have a date with yourself once a week for an hour. Pour yourself your favorite drink and sit down and take a look at where your money has gone. There's another one that's called You Need a Budget, YNAB, but that one is $79.99 a year. I might splurge on it, but I might not. The next thing in this section is tackle your debt. Some people advocate the snowball effect where so that you can feel like you're making progress, you pay off the smallest amount first. I don't like that. I like paying off the highest interest debt first. But before you even do that, you call the credit card companies. Just in general, go through life being the loudest, the squeakiest wheel, okay? Because like I said, the system doesn't care about you. 99.9% of people are not going to call. For example, the number 3 point is also don't buy stupid stuff. Don't buy expensive stuff. If you feel like you need to buy this stuff, call the retailer and ask them, is there another way for me to get my hands on this? Is there another discount going around? Don't say, is there? Don't ask a yes or no question. Say, what are other discounts that you might have for somebody like me? Or if they have a deadline, they try to create a sense of urgency for you to buy this thing now because the discount is going to end. You call them and you say, money's tight right now, but I really love your product. I would like you to extend this discount to me, or something like that. There's scripts online that you can follow, but be firm. Don't ask yes or no questions, and always ask, okay? Always call, always check in. I am learning a lot about copywriting, which is basically learning how to say things so that people click, so that people watch, so that people buy into the thing that you're selling. And these companies, they really don't give a flying rat's butt about you, okay? And it's, they're honest people trying to make money. Honestly, their whole, reason for living is, how do we make more money? How do we make our margins better? So their whole reason for living is to take your money from you. So it just stands to reason that you call and you ask, if you want this, ask for a discount. All of your subscriptions, call all of them right now and ask for a discount. Find a script online about how to do it. And you don't ask for it. You just say, what other options do you have for me, or something like that. Also, you threaten to leave. It sounds like threatening. They know that you know that they know, okay? So you're not threatening anybody. You're not being in their face. You're just calling them and you're having a negotiation, a good old negotiation, good old capitalism, okay? It's just that the odds are stacked in their favor and they're the ones trying to get your money. So if you want my money, you have to work for it, kind of thing. I'm guilty of sort of exploding the number of my subscriptions, also because I have kids and they want to watch this show and that show, and they're all on different streaming platforms, so I'm signed up to all of them. Take a look through, there might be some stale subscriptions in there, just cut them off. I kind of jumped into the number 3 part, but number 2 part is get rid of debt. That's a really, really important, really hard thing to do. First, what you do is you call the credit card company and you try to negotiate. Don't try to negotiate. You negotiate a better rate for yourself. You want to pay it down. They want to keep you on. They want you to keep paying the interest forever because that's free money for them. It never hurts to ask, and sometimes it pays in big ways. Point number 2, how do we structure our spending? So the first thing, obviously, our hierarchy of Maslow, right? You spend on your needs. Your mortgage, your rent, your food, etc., etc. But here comes a point that might be a little counterintuitive. Make sure that you budget money to spend on your joys, which goes back to, it helps to have a regular practice of getting back to yourself and checking in with yourself. What is important in life to you? Whether you're doing journaling or meditating or just having regular calls with your best friend or with your loved ones, with your mom, reconnecting to what it is at every point in your life that you want out of life. What do you want 10 years from now, 30 years from now? Or what do you want right now? You can't punish yourself by being frugal. You have to keep the joy in there. If you reconnect with your real, true needs and values, that will make it easier for you to make those decisions. For the most part, if you ask those 70, 80-year-olds, they wish they traveled more. They wish they'd spend more time with their loved ones. They wish they'd eaten more ice cream. Don't make it into a drudgery. You're worth it. You can do it. Sometimes it's okay to be naughty, like my kiddo sings in Matilda. That just makes it more likely that you will wake up on Monday morning and look at your finances and go back to being prudent with your finances. The third thing is really important, is spending on increasing your earnings power. Remember, we were talking about the fundamental thing of earning more than you spend. Well, you invest into a skill that might provide you with a second income or a better paying job, or if you invest in your own financial education so that you know how, once you start accumulating that cushion, you know how to invest it. This is an asset that will provide dividends way into the future. Point number 3, set up an emergency fund and a retirement fund. For an emergency fund, most people say 6 months of living expenses. I would say between 3 and 6 months, the needs, to figure out what your needs are for a month to keep the lights on, and multiply that by 3 to begin with. Tackle everything one at a time. Start with point number 1, start tracking your expenses, start to pay down your debt. If you are putting cash aside while paying down a 25% debt, you're not coming out ahead, is what I'm saying. I've been there, I've been in the hole, and it's really scary, but just take it one step at a time and you will get there. You will get there. But start contributing to the retirement account after you have 3 months of your needs in your emergency fund. The reason being, I'm just coming up with this as I go, but just logically thinking, you're going to invest in a higher earning asset in your retirement fund. So it's going to be earning more than just the emergency fund that's sitting there in cash, not in cash, in money market accounts, right? That's like liquid asset that you can turn into cash in an emergency. Your retirement account you're going to put into a tax advantaged account, right? A 401k, a Roth IRA, or an IRA. Your retirement account, you can always cash out in an emergency as well. You might as well take advantage of the fact that it's growing up to that point tax-free, and also you are putting it into a higher earning asset. So your money is growing at a faster rate in your retirement account than just basically sitting there somewhat guarded against inflation in your emergency account. For a retirement account, max out your 401k. Most people who are employed and have a 401k, their employer will match their contribution to 401k up to a certain amount. That's just free money that you're getting for your retirement whenever that happens. If you are self-employed, max out your Roth IRA contribution. That is a huge boon. It's the power of compounding interest, those little bit of extra that you earn every year that you can keep and reinvest into the same or different assets, then all of that will keep growing exponentially until the time you take it out at retirement. For a lot of us, money is a source of anxiety and stress. To make it a little more manageable for yourself, like try to come back to what it is that you want from life. Try to be empowered in the fact that this is not rocket science. Take very small steps, track your spending, make one phone call to one credit card company. And before you do that, embody somebody else. Just think of the most confident person that you know, and just think that you are them and call them knowing full well, like, I support you in this. You have rights. It's your money that this credit company is taking. It's just your right to call and to calmly and firmly ask for a discount, ask for a lower rate, ask to talk to the manager. It's time to just empower ourselves and make it easier for ourselves. And hopefully this video will help you in some ways. Once you get your mind around your finances and you start investing, you can check out this video that I have on the channel about the secrets of the finance pros. I hope your path is easy and joyful, and see you in the next video.